Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gordon Frayne. We are back with another video. This time we're giving you a price prediction update for SUI. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below. Hit that subscribe button as well. And if you want to get notified about similar content, smash that bell notification icon. And don't forget to grab your completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It's linked down below the video in the description, completely free. Grab it now. And let's talk about SUI. So SUI has had a fantastic 5 or 6 months in terms of growth and price appreciation. Again, we've been talking about SUI for the past year on the channel, guys. We were talking about SUI all the way back here, telling you a very good buying opportunity down at these levels when we pulled all the way back into the 50 to 60 cents area. Well done. Congratulations if you were scooping up SUI in this zone, because really since the aftermath of the August 5th Japanese yen carry trade unwind, we have seen a big move to the upside for the price of SUI. You know, we wicked down as low as 46, 47 cents, bounced right back up, got up to this 90 cents zone before accumulating further and then moving this big leg up all the way above the $2 mark here by the time we got into October, November of 2024. And again, big period of accumulation or consolidation here before the next leg up. Again, period of consolidation here around the $3.50 mark. And again, moving up higher, consolidation here around $4 before we went even higher, breaching the $5 mark and going all the way up to about $5.30. And again, we are pulling back a little bit over the past week or two, but SUI has been holding very, very strong over the course of December and January, while a lot of the rest of the market was actually pulling back. If you compare this price action here through December and the first half of January, you compare that even to Bitcoin, where Bitcoin was pulling back during that period. You saw Solana actually pulling back very dramatically during that period. Of course, we've bounced back up right now. And you also saw Ethereum pulling back down during this period, all while SUI continued to march even higher and put in new all-time highs, going as high as $5.37, as we just mentioned. So what I'm seeing on the chart right now is some pretty nice support here around the $4.05 mark, where I'm hoping we're going to bounce at least. But even if we break lower, a pretty good buying opportunity. And again, you could argue these levels here, even at $4.12, a much better buying opportunity here compared to $5.37 when we got up to these highs just a couple of weeks ago. I do think we will hold here for the moment, depending on what Bitcoin does. You know, Bitcoin's holding here above $104,000, $105,000 as we speak. In the week or two aftermath of the inauguration in the United States, we have had some positive sentiment coming out around a crypto task force evaluating the capacity for a crypto or digital asset strategic reserve in the United States. So lots of positive things beginning to happen in the background. And I do think the entire market and industry is going to benefit from all of that during the course of 2025. I do think we're going to see more quantitative easing. We're going to see more global liquidity and an increase in USM2 over the course of this year, and more capital flowing onto risk on assets with more rate cuts projected. We may not get a rate cut here at the very end of January, but more rate cuts expected and coming. You know, Trump wants rate cuts as well. So I do think we will see further rate cuts during the course of this year, driving more liquidity and capital towards the stock market and towards risk on assets. And I think net of all that situation is that SUI is going to benefit as a result as well. And over the course of the past couple of months, we've been bringing you a whole host of price predictions for where we think SUI can get to by the peak of the bull cycle. We're going to give you an update in today's video. But again, guys, we've done tons of videos on the SUI ecosystem. There's tons of applications, decentralized apps, protocols, DEXs just like Cetus and Turbos. You've got lending borrowing protocols like Navi and SUI Lend. There's tons of stuff already built out on top of the SUI blockchain that allow for very very frictionless liquidity to flow onto this network. And I do think it's going to continue to benefit from all of that as we continue to move through 2025. And if we come over to DeFi Llama very, very quickly, open up the chains area here, we can see that SUI is now the 8th largest protocol by total value locked, or the 8th largest chain by total value locked in all of decentralized finance. We've got about $1.77 billion worth of TVL on SUI. If we click in even further, we can see some of those protocols that we were just mentioning: SUILend, Navi, Cetus. All of these protocols built out on top of the SUI blockchain are increasing and growing over the course of the past year. And even in the past month, you can see Hadel protocol up 32%, SUILend up 12%, Navi up 9%, Bluefin up 23%, Bucket protocol up 23%. And all of that is being driven by more liquidity and more capital flowing on chain to SUI. You can see that growth outlined in this chart. We only had just over $200 million of TVL on SUI's blockchain at the very beginning of 2024. That's grown to $1.77 billion. Where we're at today, you can see we even peaked a little bit above $2 billion just a couple weeks ago. So we've basically done a 10x in growth in terms of TVL on SUI over the course of 2024 through to January 2025, where we're at today. And I do think we're going to see this continue to move up and to the right with the bull market, with more capital flowing into risk on assets, more capital flowing into SUI, and these protocols also benefiting as a result of more of that liquidity flowing in. And the net effect of all of that, guys, in my opinion, again, this is not financial advice, but the net effect of all of that is the price action of SUI moving up and to the right as we accumulate here. Once again, we're seeing the accumulation pattern followed by a breakout, accumulation followed by a breakout. And I think we're going to see, even if we do break down here a little bit further, we're going to see more accumulation before another breakout, in my opinion, over the course of the next few months. And again, we're going to give you the update for where we think the price of SUI is going to get to by the peak of this bull cycle. So you guys know the final thing I like to look at here is SUI dominance. SUI dominance has been marching to the upside over the course of the past few months. Yes, with the price pulling back in the past week or two, we've seen dominance break down, but this dominance increase, SUI was only sitting at a 0.08% dominance against the rest of the market as recently as August of last year. We've grown from 0.08% dominance all the way up to 0.35% dominance where we're at today, but we even got as high as just under 0.5% in dominance for SUI's market cap against the rest of the crypto market. So an increase of 500% in terms of SUI's dominance, growing in line or against the rest of the market, outperforming the majority of tokens during this time period, August through January of 2025. So very exciting stuff happening from an on-chain perspective, from decentralized applications getting built on top of SUI, TVL increasing on the network and continuing to grow, in my opinion, as we move through 2025, and its dominance continuing to grow, and it's outperforming the vast majority of tokens over the past 6 months. So what are we talking about from an updated price prediction perspective? Well, as always, guys, we're going to break it down in a bear case, base case, and bull case scenario. And we do have to plug in some variables here. We have to make educated guesses for some of the variables in our price prediction equation, because ultimately we don't know exactly where total crypto market cap will peak, and we don't know exactly where SUI's dominance will peak. So we're making educated, informed decisions or guesstimates here for where those variables can get to and plugging them into our formula. So as you can see, in a bear case scenario, what we're saying is the total crypto market cap can peak around 5 trillion US dollars. If SUI can get up to a 0.8% dominance level by the peak of the market, that would give us a $40 billion market cap for SUI, and then dividing that by 3.6 billion SUI tokens, which will be in circulation by Q4 of this year, that brings us out to an $11.11 price target for SUI by the peak of the bull cycle in our bear case scenario. Next up, we've got the base case. And in the base case, what we're saying is the total crypto market cap could peak closer to around 7 trillion US dollars. If SUI can get all the way up to a 1% dominance level, that's going to bring us to a $70 billion overall market cap for SUI. And again, dividing that by 3.6 billion SUI tokens brings us out to a $19.44 price target for SUI in our base case scenario. Again, guys, you saw other protocols, layer 1 protocols like Cardano getting up to $80 to $90 billion in overall market cap during the last cycle. So you got to remember, the total crypto market cap this time around is going to be 2 to 3x larger than the last cycle. We peaked out with total crypto market cap getting up to about 2.9 trillion at the peak of the last cycle. I'm going to show you this very quickly on the chart here. If we zoom out to the weekly time frame, zoom it all the way back to 2021, you can see we peaked out here around 2.95 trillion for overall market cap. Remember, by the peak of this cycle, we're expecting to get up to $7, $8, $9 trillion in overall market cap. So SUI getting up to a $70 billion market cap in an overall market that's going 2 to 3x larger than the previous cycle is definitely not unfathomable when you compare it to something like Cardano from the previous cycle. So finally, guys, last but not least, our bull case price target for SUI. In our most bullish case scenario, we have the total crypto market cap going as high as 9 trillion US dollars. If SUI can get up to a 1.25% dominance versus the rest of the market, that's going to bring us all the way up to about $112 billion in market cap. And again, dividing that by 3.6 billion SUI tokens brings us all the way up above $30 to $31.25 per SUI token by the peak of the bull cycle. And that is our bull case scenario. Guys, let me know in the comments below, where do you think the price of SUI is going to by the peak of the bull cycle? Are you holding SUI in your portfolio? And where do you think the price is going to go? I'd love to hear where you think the market cap peak is also going to be. So drop me a comment. Whoever gets closest will have some sort of prize for you. But let me know where you think the total crypto market cap will peak, because that's going to ultimately have a very big impact on where the price per SUI token can actually get to by the time we get to that peak. As always, guys, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below, hit that subscribe button as well. And if you want to get notified, smash that bell notification icon. Very quickly before I go, I forgot to mention, Femex is the sponsor of today's video, the most efficient crypto trading and investment platform. I will leave a referral link down below this video for Femex. Of course, you can trade and purchase SUI over on Femex. Again, this is not financial advice, guys. Do your own research. I'm hoping you can read between the lines here and understand the potential of SUI, all the stuff that's already built out on top of it, and where the price action can go as a result of more growth from an on-chain perspective, from a DeFi perspective, and from a speculation perspective, because ultimately that's what drives a lot of the price in this industry. Smash that thumbs up button below, hit the subscribe button, guys. Don't forget to grab your completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It's linked below this video. Grab it now in the description, and we'll catch you in the next one.